talk about my qualification. So I did a BTech, same as you, from uh, NIT Delhi. Okay, and then I worked with a Wipro Infotech as an cloud architect and as an security analyst. Okay, and then from last 2.5 as a trainer, correct. And my specialization completely is in a cloud. Okay, like Azure, AWS, Linux. Correct. This is my specialization. And if we will talk about skills, so cloud security like things, correct. I'm providing a training, correct. But guys, for you, okay, as you are a fresher, so for you, I'm going to give you a training not on a cloud and security, is something different technology, which is a very basic but very important, again known as a virtualization, correct, which is a very interesting topic for all of you, definitely, correct. So guys, see, all of you have completed a 1 week of training of network, correct.
Yes.
All of you
Yes,
have
yes.
done a 1 week of training, okay, of network from,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
okay, on a previous week, correct. Okay, in that training you got a class, just a minute. So guys, okay, all of you have completed a 1 week of training, correct, from a previous trainer, correct, in which you did a class and very important technology now a time, which is a network. Okay, and like a network, we have another technology, correct, which is a virtualization. Okay, virtualization topic will help you to understand about how much IT has been developed, correct. So that what will happen if in the future you will get a class on a Linux, on a security, on a cloud, on a Windows server, Windows administration, so you can okay understand very easily that one concept. If your basic is skills, so you can understand advanced means, okay, you can understand a advanced concept very easily. It will be not be a tough thing for you, correct, right now. Okay, that's why, okay, I will deliver your class on virtualization to you, correct. So okay, and guys, the knowledge that you have on a network, on a IP address, it's important for this topic as well. Don't know what is the meaning of dynamic IP address, what is the meaning of static IP address. So what, okay, what is the configuration and installation I will perform here? Maybe, okay, it's a possible, okay, it's a possibility that something concept will be out of your mind. So that's why what we did on a first week of session, you should revise it. Okay, and I just hope that on a Saturday you have given a mock interview as well as, guys, have,
No.
No, sir.
okay, means, okay, on a network session, sir hasn't took a mock interview, right?
No.
Only deliver a session to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, not an issue. So what will happen now in this virtualization session? We will not do like that. Correct. What's the topic I will teach you? I will ask. Okay, and I will take your mock interview not in audio call, on a video call. I will also turn on my video and you have a mock interview. Correct, because practice is
Okay.
required. Practice required here. Correct, because only, for example, okay, if only you are running, who are going to see what is the issue you are facing, how you are giving answer, right? And any company will select you once you are able to express answer. Knowledge, okay, having knowledge is a different thing. Correct. If you're not able to express the answer, who will believe you have a knowledge? Right? Okay, that's why presentation is skills. and communication skills, and how you are giving answers. Okay, and how you are understanding across questions. For example, I'm asking to you what is IP address. So, okay, as an example, you are giving answer, sir, IP address is a logical address. Okay, I'm asking what is the meaning of logical. So, I will believe you have a knowledge once you will give my answer of the cross question, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Simple thing, because even IT company, okay, you are going to work with MNC after some time, will hire you once you have a knowledge. Okay, and if no one will take a mock interview, okay, and mostly of you are fresher, not having industry knowledge, correct? You have a habit of a question answer, correct? Just before a weeks ago, before 10 days ago, when semester exam comes, then start rolling and all, right? That I was also doing in my BTech, correct? So these things right now. So that's why, what is a habit you have, okay, in your college life? Please forget it. Correct? Because I faced ISO, that's why I'm sharing with you. Okay, because here practical skill is more important as compared to theoretical knowledge. Okay, and in this virtualization, 80 and 90% is a practical, 10 to 20% is the theory part. Theory part is only what is the meaning of virtualization, what is the need of virtualization, and what is the benefit. Rest all is the practical. Okay, what I'm saying, in a network topic, you you have only as 1-2 practicals, like check IP address, these data basic things, correct? But in a virtualization, 80 to 90% practicals and 10 to 20% is the theory. Okay, and guys, only theory knowledge will not help you to enter in any IT organization, correct?
Yes, sir.
Ultimately, ultimately they will ask you how you are performing and not, correct? Because I took a lot of mock interviews, inside from the Wipro. That's why, okay, I can help you to know about it. Okay, so guys, see, first of all, this is a question in your mind. What is virtualization? What is the use actually? Why? Okay, why? Okay, you should run the virtualization, correct? So let's see, virtualization is actually a combination of two words, virtual. Okay, and the JSON word we are using for some process, right? Okay, if in a
Yes,
college
sir.
life you will remember, so okay, any word JSON like things we are using for some process. Okay, if some technology will become a process, we are using a JSON like a virtualization. So virtual technology, virtual means, guys,
So this
Virtual,
meeting is
not
imaginary,
virtual.
not real, no.
not real,
Not
something
in real,
imaginary,
not an
right?
actual.
Not an actual, not in real, something imaginary, like your dream, correct? That virtual.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll have a simple example. So guys, in IT organization, what's happening? Virtualization is a technology, is a happy technology, you can say, like, okay, very useful technology. What is the use of virtualization? So guys, okay, if you know the answers, please, okay, give me answer through a chat. If you know the answer, now, so please give me answer through a chat. Okay, and so guys, is it possible that in a one hardware we can use a multiple operating system?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please write a message.
Okay.
Okay, please write a message. Okay, I'm available in a chat. But my question is it possible to use a multiple operating system under a single hardware? If yes, then how? Guys, that's my point. Is it possible to use a
Yes, sir, it's possible.
multiple operating system in a single hardware? Okay, because some of you are okay from a very good college and all, right? Okay, maybe in a college you did these things, correct? But we have also some people here, correct? Yes. Okay, and we have also some people here who are not from IIT background even. correct? Plus CSC and all, okay, and you work for a company, so it's going on a very easy for you. It's a very easy for you, right? But we have some people, okay, who are not even from a technical background, okay, done a BA, MA, like BCom, so okay, not from IT field, okay, from a mechanical. Some people are also from mechanical, okay, done a bit of, okay, but from a mechanicals, correct now? So that's why I can understand, okay, it's a something tough for you to understand, but you can directly ask. Yes, okay, people is giving answer, okay, that's, I'm going to little chat. Prasad is saying, Danis is saying no, Prasad is saying yes. Subham, no sir, no Subham, it's possible. It's possible. Yes sir, yes sir. Okay, Danis, related with a VM, right? By installing virtual machine, correct? Using VMware, yes. Yeah, you said yes, yes. By VM, correct, correct. Guys, definitely it's possible. It's possible by creating a virtual machine. Correct. So the virtual machine creation is a single process that comes under a technology. Okay, and a technology we are calling virtualization technology. Correct. Means guys, means for example, you are able to laptop. Okay, which is a hardware. Okay. And in my hardware, I have a Windows OS. This one is my Windows OS, right? Correct. Guys, if in the same hardware I want to use Linux, how can I use? I can use Linux because I need to install a Linux operating system virtually. Correct. So guys, virtualization is a technology, is a process of creation of something virtually. ये एक process है जिसके थ्रू हम कुछ भी like a virtual operating system, virtual desktop, virtual network, ना the IP address and all that you did on a network session. Okay, it was a physical and logical address. Correct. So same physical and logical address we can use inside of virtualization by creation of virtual network. Correct. So guys, if anyone will ask you what is virtualization, so you can give an answer in a one word. Okay, in a one sentence. That virtualization is a process of something virtual rather than actual, but it acts and behave like a physical machine. Okay, I can understand for some of you it's going out of the mind, correct, but don't worry. Okay, I will write it down the definition and will give you understanding by okay creating of images and all. Okay, so guys, how can you define a virtualization? First of all, it's a very simple example you can get, right? Correct. So what is virtualization? Correct. So guys, virtual, okay, I'm going to write down as a question answer wise, right? In my own words. So virtualization is a technology or a process of creation of something virtual or something virtual rather than actual. Example you can give for virtualization. operating system. You can create a virtual OS. You can create a virtual desktop. Whole desktop you can create. You can create a virtual network. You can create a server, virtual server. Okay, this kind of virtually things. Okay, you can create. Okay, and also okay, lot of things virtually we can create. Correct. Okay, guys, and read this definition. What is written? Okay, it's written that virtualization is a technology or a process of creation of something virtual rather than actual, and it acts and works like a physical computer. And it acts and works like a physical computer. Correct. Means by the look. Okay. By the look, and you can say by using it. Okay, once you will use a machine. Correct. Once you will use the computer, okay, that we will create through. Okay. Once you will create a virtual machine, right? And once you will use it, correct. So while using it, completely looks like a physical computer. Means by working and by using it, you can't say that it's a virtual, but you have created virtual. That's why you can write a definition that virtualization is a technology or a process of creation creation of something virtual rather than actual, and it works and acts like a physical computer. Means by the look and by the works you can't say that it's a virtualization. Okay, it's a virtual machine. It's a machine that we have created through a virtualization. By the look you can't say, but it's actually a virtual. So can virtualization be used in creation of virtual application? No. Application will physically, you will use it virtually. Creation of application is only a physically. We can use it virtually. हम इसे virtually use कर सकते हैं. But creation of application is a physical. Correct. And through AI and machine learning, AI and ML, we can create a virtual application as well as. But it's a something different concept. Correct. Like so, we can create a virtual OS virtualization we are calling. We can create a desktop virtualization. We can do a virtual network virtualization. We can do a server virtualization and also data virtualization. AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, it's a something different concept. AI and ML, machine learning. Okay. So virtual application like things is going to create through with the help of AI. Okay, which is inbuilt in a system as an IoT devices and something. So which is something different concept. Okay, on that you don't need to go. It's something deep study. Okay, you are okay. It's a very starting level. Okay, so these things you can tell in a virtualization. That sir, this is question multiple user in the desktop, right? Multiple user, no. Multiple user I can create without a virtualization. Okay, user means what? Who are using a PC? Okay, so you can see my system. Okay, I have a 3 user. File name user, evision name user. So this is the meaning of user. Okay, so it's a confusion, Suman. It is not a technology for creation of multiple user. No, it is a technology of creating something virtual. Virtually, maybe virtual OS we can create, virtual desktop, virtual server, virtual network, whatever virtually we want, we can create inside a single hardware. Okay. Physical computer means this is my computer, right? This is a physical computer. Correct. The PC that you are able to touch. For example, now I am typing through a keyboard. Right now. Correct. So this is the meaning of physical. How we can create a network server? How we can create? Okay, it's a practical part, Mr. Shankar. So we will run it step by steps. Correct. If you have a ISO file of server, like a Linux server, Windows server, VMware ESXi server. So if you have an ISO file of server, you can create a server virtualization. Okay, inside a server virtualization, okay, we have an option of VNet, virtual network. You can get a VNet. So the things will clear while practical. correct, that how virtual network is going to create, how virtual server is going to create. Right now. So for now, only you need to understand that it's 100% possible. Okay, it's 100% okay possible that inside a single hardware, multiple OS we can use, and it's only happening with the help of a virtualization technology. The technology, or it's also a process which is used to create a virtual machine rather than a actual. Okay, and we will access it virtually as well as हम इसे access भी virtually ही करेंगे.
Sir, actually, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, without using virtual machine, we can do partition as well as we can use
Dual boot.
for. No, I didn't get you. Hello.
What is this noise?
Regarding the you said that instead of the virtual machine, we can do partition and we can do this, no, sir?
No. You are saying about a dual boot. We can
Okay.
make our computer a double boot. One is
Yeah.
a Windows, one is a something other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, by that one you can use only a 2 OS, 2 operating system, right? Okay, if you need a 5.6, 4.5.6. These are 4.5.6 push. Okay,
Sir.
4.5 machines, and how many you want you can create. Yes, Alok.
Sir, what is the meaning of physical computer? That it act like and work like a physical computer?
Yeah, you have a laptop.
Yes.
So that one is a physical laptop, physical computer.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, virtualization is what? Like a imagination or what? Sir?
It was imagination, but now we are using is a technology.
Sir, where we will perform this virtualization
We will run in a
software?
practical. Practical we will
Software.
Practical
Or-
we will run. Just wait and watch. Go step by step.
Yes. Sir.
सर ये रिमोट डेस्कटॉप उसके अंदर आता है क्या सर?
No, remote desktop, yeah, it's a different thing. That okay, someone's system you are able to access. For example, okay, if you want to use my laptop correctly, okay, you have some work, so okay, you will take it remotely, not like that. Different concept.
So we are going to do the all the practical VMware kya?
Okay, lot of VMware, VirtualBox, hypervisor, lot of things to be done. Okay, not a single.
Sir, can you once more repeat the virtualization, sir?
It's written very clearly. You can read.
I can read, sir, but some small doubt is there, sir. So I,
Yes. What is the doubt? Tell me.
sir, means the create. So it's an imaginary framework, sir.
Yes, it's imaginary, but it's happening in a reality.
Okay, sir.
It will work in a virtual that we
Okay.
can't touch, we can't see, but okay, we can see, okay, we can't touch, but we can use it.
Sir, we can do this process by installing VMware, sir.
Yes, installing VMware, VirtualBox, lot of software by hypervisor. I hope someone of you know. We have a hypervisor, Hyper-V we are calling. So we
Okay,
can
sir.
do a virtualization by using a lot of softwares and all. I will tell you step by step.
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
guys,
sir.
then see one thing. The meaning of virtualization will be more clear
Mhm.
once I will show you through a diagram and all. So let's wait and watch. Okay, so see what's happening. Before years ago, what was happening? Okay, it was a concept that one system means one OS. Before a years ago. Assume this is an IT company like a Wipro. In this company, guys, we have a two kind of phases. One is a older, one is a newer, right? So we just assume this is a older infrastructure and traditional architecture. You can say anything, name we can call anything. Okay. So this is a traditional architecture of a company. Sorry. It's traditional architecture. So okay, in this traditional architecture, correct. Okay, inside okay traditional architecture, what is happening? If there is a one PC, for example, this is a one hardware. So inside of one hardware, we can use a one operating system. Okay, and we can install an application. Correct. Okay, so this is my okay, this is my hardware. Okay, just as assume this is the hardware. Okay, and inside the hardware, okay, according to older architecture, and okay, older architecture means traditional architecture. Okay, we can use a one operating system. Okay, one hardware, and here we have a one operating system. Okay, and if this operating system you will use, correct, so you can create a okay, you can use application app one. If we have a app two, we have a app three. We have a app four. Okay, means according to older architecture, one hardware, one operating system, and okay, how many applications we want, we can install, we can download, and we can use, right? So just assume this hardware cost is of 50,000. Sorry, so this hardware cost is of 50,000. Means in a 50,000 as an engineer, you are able to use a single operating system, right? Okay, because what's happening before a years ago, like a 10 years ago, you can say 10 to 15 years ago, okay, we don't have any concept related to virtualization. The company was following this architecture: one hardware, one operating system, and application. Correct. But guys, now a time in any industry, correct, moved into a virtualization architecture. Now, okay, try to understand the meaning. Okay, now a time any industry moved into a virtualization architecture. Okay, so this is a virtualization architecture. Right, so okay, now a time okay, any industry moved into a which architecture? So let's see step by steps. Virtualization architecture. Sorry. Virtualization architecture. Okay. According to virtualization is a one hardware. This is a hardware. Okay. Inside this hardware, correct, you have a one operating system. Correct, which is your physical operating system, right? Okay, one operating system. Inside this operating system, if you will use anything for virtual, okay, this is your virtualization layer and virtualization technology. So multiple operating system you can create. This is for example OS2 and OS3. Okay, like this there will be a multiple OS. How much you want you can create. Okay, depends upon your hardware capacity. Okay, and inside every OS, according to your capacity and according to your hardware capacity, you can install an application and you can use it. Guys, okay, don't worry, this image I will make it clear. Okay, first let me draw. So this is your hardware. Inside this hardware, this is your operating system, right? Inside the operating system, this is your, okay, you will use something for virtualization. Okay, what you will use, I will tell you. This is your virtualization the technology. If you have a knowledge about a virtualization technology, knowledge on this virtualization technology, so you can get a multiple operating system inside the same hardware. Okay, for example, OS1, which is your Windows OS. OS2, this is your Linux OS. Okay, as an example, and OS3 means multiple OS you are able to use inside a single hardware at a time. Okay, as an example. Okay, and guys, every OS having a different application. This is a app 1. This is a app 1 for OS1. This is a app 2 for OS1. This is a app 1 for OS2. Okay, like a Zoom application. Okay, as you are using Google Chrome application. App 2 for OS2. App 1 for OS3 and app 2 for OS3. In this way, so we are going to run this architecture. Means we will perform everything by using this architecture, virtualization architecture. How? Because this architecture will help you to understand. See here, guys, in a 50,000 without a knowledge. Okay. Correct. People don't have a knowledge, so they are not able to use or anything. So one hardware means one operating system. Okay, and then you are able to use a application inside operating system. Correct. And here you have a one hard. And if in operating system you will do something for virtualization, I will tell you what to do. Okay, you will do something for virtualization. Correct. So inside a virtualization, you can create a multiple operating system. As an example, I used the example of OS1, OS2, and OS3. Okay, and every OS having a separate application. No one operating system will be related to each other. For example, okay, I'm giving an example to you. This, okay, in your physical hardware, you are using आप Windows use कर रहे हैं, like, okay, in a physical OS. In a virtual OS, here you can use Ubuntu, which is a Linux OS. In a OS2, you can use something server, for example, Windows Server OS. Windows Server OS. Okay. OS3 you can use here, for example, something cyber security software. Correct. Means okay, and this hardware cost is also 50,000. So guys, company will prefer which one? Tell me honestly.
Virtualization architecture only prefer, sir,
Second
because
one.
the money we are performing so many no.
Correct. Because the benefit, guys, benefit is very easy, that multiple OS, okay, we are able to use inside a single hardware. Company want to use 3 more OS. So 1,050 lakh more rupees company okay need to spend, right? Means according to traditional architecture, 4 operating system is 4 hardware, means 2 lakh rupees. Simple. Means 2 lakh rupees, right? And here within a 50,000 the work is happening. Here in a 50,000 the work is happening. Correct. So definitely virtualization technology is a means if you have a knowledge, then you can perform. Correct. Traditional architecture, anyone, students now at time, okay, class 6, 7 of students, okay, who are taking online class from their schools and colleges, okay, schools and all. Okay, kids, correct. I have my small nephew. Okay, have I think he's a 7 years old, using a laptop very easily, Windows. Correct. No? So that's why what's happening. Traditional architecture was for a personal use and all. Any corporate industry now at time are preferring a virtualization technology, so that their cost will save. Number one benefit. And for me and for you, it's a job, no? Right? Okay, you will get a salary, I'm getting a salary from here. But for a company, they want to save their amount on assets. right? Okay, here for a 4 system, there was a 4 engineer. Here, 1 engineer is doing everything. So their manpower salary also going to say. So that's why virtualization architecture and virtualization technology is definitely good, no doubts. Correct. Means you can utilize a maximum level of your PC. Okay, this something precautions. I'm not saying it's a very easy that okay 4 operating system you are using at a time. No. If you have some precautions, okay, if you know the basics, okay, and if you will take a precautions before using the virtualization and all. So without any error, you can use it. Without any error, you can use it. Correct. Just getting my point.
Yes, sir.
Right. So virtualization architecture companies following because they are getting benefit as well as okay in a student career, guys. Now you are okay. I'm giving virtualization. Okay, you get a dual benefit. One benefit will be the interview. Second benefit, what is the next class you will get of Linux and Windows? Correct. Linux, okay, and maybe a Windows class you will get on okay after my session after this week. So that one trainer will also use a virtualization software. Okay, and will show you everything okay inside that one software. Okay, so if earlier, okay, if already okay, you will get a knowledge on a virtualization, so things will be very easy for you. You will confuse what they are using, what they are doing, and all. Right. Here, okay, we have some people who have already a knowledge, VMware, hypervisor, and all. Right. So it's a very good thing for you. Correct. That you can ask the questions, you can clear more doubts. Correct. Because some people are not from IT background even. So for you, this is a completely new topic and all. Correct. Now, one hardware, this much of things we are able to use. Okay, and it's only going you will use something for a virtualization. The virtualization के लिए आप कुछ use करोगे. If you will use something for a virtualization, so things will be very easy and multiple OS you can operate at a time. At a time, multiple operating system you can operate. Correct. Multiple OS you can operate at a time. I hope now it's clear what is the meaning of virtualization actually and why we are running it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So every NMC companies are moving at virtualization now. At
Definitely
cloud and
virtualization and cloud.
Achha.
Virtualization and cloud. Because physical infrastructure is going to less in a company. Because physical infrastructure needs a very huge investment. Very difficulties to manage. Their maintenance is very costly and all. So they're moving into a virtualization and a cloud. Cloud is the future, virtualization is now running. Okay, so all of you can collect your doubts. Correct. And I will back after a minute. Okay, 2 and 3 minutes. Okay, and then we'll give your answer. Okay. You can ask your doubt through a chat. Okay, so yeah, Gafar, you are not in a session. What I told, I will be in a mute. That's fine now. Okay, so I'm reading your chat, guys. Just give me a few seconds. Okay, Gafur, you're asking, sir, OS1 having two we can use. Yeah, depends upon your uses. I'm using multiple OS here. 1, 2, 3, 4, more than 10. So how much application you want, you can use. I give an example 2. So does not mean 2. It means depends on your requirements. How about the security? Security, you can say like what's going on. Basically, okay, virtualization having a maximum level of security. The reason is without a credential, no one can use it, right? No one can log in all. So it's definitely a secure. Sir, how to switch from OS1 to OS2? No, not by reboot and all. I will tell you. Once we'll go for practical now, then you'll understand it. How to switch one OS to different OS. Okay, and OS1 and OS2 you will create. Manually, you need to create through a process. Okay, and how to switch it? It's a practical part. I will show you step by step. First, complete the theory knowledge, right? First, complete our theoretical things, that what is the meaning, what is the use and benefits. Then how to perform, we'll run step by steps. Yeah. Okay, so simple thing, one hardware having a one physical OS. Okay, if in a physical OS, we will do something for virtualization, correct? So operating system we can create and we can use an application. Correct. Okay, and guys, operating system depends on me and you, which operating system we want to create. Okay. And guys, say here some of you will get doubts. The doubts will be, sir, this is the operating system like this, correct? Guys, just see my point of what I'm saying. This is operating system, Ubuntu OS1 is operating system, right? And this is also operating system, Windows. Okay, this one, correct? So guys, this operating system needs a RAM, hard disk, processor, right or wrong? Like if you want to use any operating system, you need a RAM, hard disk, and processor. Correct? Without RAM, hard disk, and processor, you can't use anything. You know, guys. So this operating system will take a hardware of this one. Correct? No doubts. But what about a virtual operating system? From where a virtual operating system will get a, because it's also 100% correct that without a hardware you can't use any OS, needs a RAM, processor, ROM and all for accessing. Correct. So guys, okay, now I'm killing these doubts. Guys, just assume, okay, you have this hardware, okay, physical hardware, physical laptop and desktop. Okay, your laptop having a RAM of 8 GB. Okay. Just assume you have a total 8 GB RAM in your, okay, and you have about 500 GB hard disk. 500 GB hard disk. Okay, just assume in your system. Okay, and you have a total number of 10 processors. You have a total 10 processor in your physical system. Okay, this is your system configuration. This is your laptop and desktop configuration. Correct. As if this is your laptop and desktop configuration. So guys, this operating system, this one, okay, will use this one hardware. Correct. You can how many operating system you want, the use will more. Correct. Processor will take more, hard disk. Okay, how much data you will store will take a hard disk. No. Guys, what about this one operating system? Virtual operating system. Okay. This operating system known as a virtual machine, virtual operating system. Okay. So this virtual okay, we'll take a RAM and hard disk from where? इससे RAM hard disk वगैरह कहाँ से मिलेगी? Correct. This machine will get a RAM and hard disk from where? Correct. So for this, what's happening? Just assume. Once you will create a operating system, which is a virtual operating system, right? This one. So while creation of operating system, it will ask you to give a RAM and all. Okay. It will ask you to give a RAM and all. So as an example, which is a Ubuntu OS, which is a Ubuntu. Yes. So for Ubuntu OS, for example, you have given 2 GB RAM. So just assume with this thing. The 2 GB RAM you have given for Ubuntu. Okay. 2 GB RAM. You have given 50 GB hard disk. And you have given 2 processors. This is the configuration that you have given for this operating system. Okay, which one? This one. For this one, okay, operating system, you have given this configuration. So guys, this 2 GB RAM will be minus from this 8 GB. Hardware will contain only 6 GB RAM. With 2 GB RAM will use via OS1. Max to max. Max to max OS1 can use 2 GB. Correct. And max, okay, and this 50 GB hard disk will be minus from this one hard disk. So now physical machine hard disk will get a 450 GB. These 2 processor means max to max OS1 can use 2 processor. So that 2 processor that OS1 will use. Okay, so the remaining processor will be 8. So 8 processor, 450 GB hard disk and 6 GB RAM will utilize by a physical hardware. Means machine will be virtually, but that one virtual machine will take a physical hardware. Machine will be virtual and virtually, but that one virtual machine and virtually everything will take a physical hardware. Everything will take a physical hardware. No, graphics are like things only used by a physical machine. Okay. Virtual machine automatically detects a graphics card because that one machine will also using the same hardware. No? Correct. The most important component for any machine is a RAM, hard disk, and processor. Okay. And network like things. Okay. Means auto detect, automatically going to detect. It means machines will be virtually. It means machine will be virtually. Virtual machine also needs a RAM, hard disk, and processor. So that one RAM, hard disk, and processor will be minus from a physical hardware. That one RAM, hard disk, and processor will be minus from a physical hardware. Correct. Okay. So guys, it means machine will be virtually. You will use it virtually, but will take a RAM, hard disk, and everything from your physical hardware. Correct. Means for example, okay, if you will create a OS 2, you will give 2 GB RAM, same configuration. Just assume if you will give a same configuration for OS 2 and all. If you will give a same configuration for OS 2 and all, so 4 GB RAM, correct, means now physical machine having a less everything because are used by a virtual machine, correct. If someone will ask me, sir, if I will give a 8 to 8 GB RAM virtually, 4 operating system I will use at a time. No, you can't use. Your system will destroy, will completely hang, will not respond, correct. Because guys, okay, as I told you, precaution is a very important. So what you can do now, max to max, I'm saying to you, if your physical machine having a 8 GB RAM, like I have 8 GB RAM only. So if a physical machine having a 8 GB RAM, so max to max 4 GB RAM you can assign virtually. Means 4 GB of virtual OS you can use at a time. Means 2 OS I will use, 2 GB RAM I can use at a time. Okay. What company doing? Company having a very huge setup. Okay, once you will go on a data center, once you will go on a server room inside organization, correct, you will be able to see that there is a system having a 256 GB RAM, 1 TB RAM, correct, 50 TB SSD. Correct. So that is a very fast server system, correct, that I'm using. It's our personal PC, correct. So for a personal PC, we don't have that much of configuration. Okay, max to max. Okay, you have a 8 GB RAM, 12 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, max to max. Correct. Having a 1 TB SSD, max to max, 15 and 16 processor. Hardly. Okay, I'm saying to you. Okay, so that's why virtualization you can perform. Okay, and will take your physical hard disks and all. Correct. So if you are, that's why virtual machine will get a RAM and all from where? So will get from your physical hardware. And a virtual machine is not coming by default. You are creating it.
Sir, if we are not using virtual machine, then our RAM will be 8 GB only.
Yeah, if you will not use a virtual machine, correct. Okay, for example, you have created OS 1.
Okay.
Okay. You created, but now you're not using. Correct. Okay, you have powered off a virtual machine. Creation you have given will be revert back to your physical hardware. Once you will turn on, then will start working. Then will minus from your physical hardware.
Okay, we can use both the virtual machine and physical machine
Definitely,
both
yeah.
at a
Definitely.
time. Okay, then the physical machine will be 4 GB. If you given to the virtual machine 4 GB, then the physical machine will be the also 4 GB when we are using at a time.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Means
Sir, that
hardware
will
is-
divide to physical hardware requirement, sir.
means
According to hardware capacity, RAM capacity, the virtual machine will divide it, sir.
no, sir. You will divide. Not automatically. Not everything is happening automatically.
Oh,
You have a knowledge. You know that I have a this much of configuration in my PC, and 50% hardware you can give in a virtualization. Okay, if you want a healthy environment. Correct. So what is your actual configuration in a physical hardware? Okay, about that one 50% you can use maximum in a virtual machine.
Okay.
Correct. So that, okay, this is identification of a healthy environment. Healthy environment, what's happening? Sometimes it's happening that, okay, we need to use a 3 machine. Okay, so okay, in this time, okay, what can I do? I can give a 1.5 GB RAM, 1.5 GB RAM, 1.5 GB RAM. Okay.
So
If I
for
want- So 4 GB was the
less than
health-
50,
okay. Yes.
more
So
than 50%.
4 GB is the healthy environment, right?
Yes, sir.
4.5 I am giving. So somehow it will be handled.
0.5 GB extra, 500 MB extra. No?
500 MB extra. So sometime it's a manageable. 500 MB is manageable. Correct. Okay, if you have a good hardware, like okay, you have a very good processor, and okay, and you have a SSD, so somehow it's a manageable. Okay, your system will not have. Okay, so while practical now, I will.
Okay, sir.
How can you make a healthy environment? Because some people are doing a mistake, creating a lot of virtual machine and using a machine at a time. 3, 4
Sir, for
machines.
this classes, we have to buy system a personal PC.
Definitely, without a laptop, you can't perform it. But even now, if you don't have a laptop and all, correct. So, what's the further practical? I will show you. Okay, after some time. Okay, and next session, like you can write a notes because
Yes, sir.
it's okay. Because if you have a budget, you can purchase. I'm not denying it. Okay, but okay, it's a compulsory, but not. I'm saying it's a very urgent. Correct. If you have a resource, if you have a budget, you can purchase. If not, so you can plan for purchase.
Yes, sir.
Correct. But for now, okay, because learning is learning, right? You can't escape it. Okay, you can't say, sir, I don't have a laptop, so I will not give answers of this question. No. Correct. Simple logic. So that's why what will be the further practical in the future, I will show you in a different software. So some important steps I will also write it down in an MS Paint and all.
So we can download the software that.
No, I will
Really?
tell how to download and what to download.
Yes,
Don't worry.
sir.
Okay, I will send a link, everything.
But I cannot see the question in chat box. Yes,
What is the question?
No, question I cannot see in the chat box. My chat box is not.
Means
Those are questions asking, no, sir. That question I cannot see in the chat box.
who is asking a question?
Well, in the chat box, question was written.
Sir, all messages are going to you directly, na sir. So he
Yes,
can't see.
Yes, directly. No one can see except me.
Oh.
Again, everything is going to record what you are writing in a chat and all. Meeting are going to record directly on
Okay, sir.
our cloud portal.
Okay.
So you can't communicate with anyone except me. Right, so simple thing. So it's definitely a very good technology. Correct, no doubts. That maximum utilization of a hardware you can perform. Right. Okay, and you can get a multiple OS and you can use it according to your requirement. You can use according to your requirements. You can use it without any doubts. Correct.
सर आज के लिए इतना ही होगा क्या और कुछ होगा अपना?
Okay, so guys, okay, actually today is the first day, right? So okay, practicals like things I can't start right now. Correct. So for today, what all of you can do, all of you can read all this topic which is written. Okay, all of you can understand it. Okay, and you can make a notes. Don't take a screenshot and all. Okay, don't take a screenshot and all. Because somehow if you are in outside, you can take a screenshot. Otherwise, a screenshot will only save in a mobile phone. Correct, as in a gallery. Okay, gallery image. Okay. While in a real interview, will confuse too much. So that's why now make a notes for everything. Okay, that will be better. Right. So in short, we are going to run a virtualization in which we will follow our virtualization architecture. Correct. Guys, okay. Now, okay, you have a hardware, laptop or desktop, right? And now you have a operating system in your desktop. Correct. Now you have a hardware and you have a operating system in your desktop. Correct. What you will use in your operating system, what you will use for virtualization technology. Correct. So guys, we will use some software. Okay. Okay, tomorrow I will show you. Okay, and tomorrow I will give you next things. All right. Okay, I'm planning to give you till 6 p.m. But no. First day, so give some relaxation. Guys, please ask.
Sir, please tell us what the what type of hardware required for virtualization.
For virtualization, see, okay, minimum hardware requirement, if you will ask to me. So 4 GB RAM, correct, and hard disk. Okay, size doesn't matter. If it's a SSD, so it's a very good. If it's a SSD, HDD, and processor. Okay, and needs a Windows 10 operating system inside your PC, not a Windows 7 and Windows 8.
Okay.
Okay, so this is only hardware requirement. Minimum, I'm saying. Even I have a doubt that in a 4 GB RAM, okay, if your system is something older, like you purchased before a 3-4 years ago, so it will work or not.
So
It's
I
a
have a
doubt.
system. I purchased a system. So of 4 GB RAM.
No.
So
You can try it. Okay, I will tell you what to do. Okay, in a practical, you can try. But even after trying, okay, if you are able to see that it's hanging, it's lagging, correct? Uninstall it. Okay, that will be good because precaution is important. Correct. That's
okay.
It will be VMware, sir.
Yes, VMware, you are right. And VirtualBox means one by one we will run a software.
So should I extend my RAM, sir?
So you can try. Okay, but even I will tell you, only RAM is not a reason behind our hardware. Needs a processor. Correct.
Okay. So how to check processor?
So you can check a processor
By properties,
by going through the system properties.
personal.
Otherwise, you can go to command prompt. Okay, in a CMD, you can write it down. System info. You will get information about your system. Correct. For example, I'm saying to you. I have a 8 GB RAM, virtual memory able. Correct. And I have a system model 15 AM. It's MSI Ryzen 5. And also there is some way to check a processor and all. By going through a system properties in a control panel.
Sir, in notes you told about 10 processor, no?
No, I have a 10 processor.
So where I can check, sir, actually?
You can go to task manager. Okay. You can go to task manager, right? The task manager, there is an option of performance. Processor 12.
Okay.
Right? And having a 6 cores. Correct. And base speed 2.10 GB. Okay, gigahertz. Okay, total memory. I have a available. Okay, total memory in use 3.2 GB. Available 4.2. Means I have a 8 GB RAM total.
Okay.
So and disks I have a total 477 GB. Type SSD means I have a total 500 GB. And graphics. Where was the graphics here? It is written very clearly graphics and all. System disk page 5. Correct. So you can check what is the system config.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Check. Okay, and guys, see one thing, even I'm saying to you, definitely there will be some people who don't have a laptop even, correct? So guys, you don't need to worry. If you're not able to perform a practical, you can plan. But even I will suggest you, you can plan for a new laptop. Correct. I can understand the budget and all, but you need to plan because you are an IT. So without laptop, okay, nothing is possible. Right? You will not get it. Correct. But for now, what you can do, okay, from tomorrow we will start a practical and all. Not today. Okay, today we will just completed a theory. Correct. So as from tomorrow, what will happen? Okay, we will only go for a practical step by step. VMware, VirtualBox, hypervisor, okay, vCenter. So these kind of things. Okay, I will give you basics. So okay, if you don't have a means laptop and all, you can write it down in your notebook everything. Means okay, you need to be more careful. You need to be more careful. Okay. So guys, anyone other any doubts now?
हेलो सर
Yes.
सर मेरे पास अभी 4 GB रैम है सर, तो मैं VMware रन कर सकता हूँ क्या सर? मतलब
Tomorrow I will tell you. Correct. You can try it, but if it's okay, it will hang. You can install it.
ओके सर.
आप ट्राई कर सकते हो, लेकिन आपकी सिस्टम हैंग हो रहे हैं, इट्स लैगिंग टू मच, इट्स हिटिंग टू मच, प्लीज स्टॉप इट.
सर उसका प्रोसेसर मतलब प्रोसेसर पर डिपेंड रह सकता है ना सर? मतलब मैं रैम एक्सटेंड कर सकता हूँ पर प्रोसेसर ने सपोर्ट नहीं किया तो ऐसा है ना?
Yes, yes. This is like that. Means what's happening now? Okay, in an older PC, it's a very less chances that virtualization like of technology will work. Because okay, I have also i3 generation of laptop, i3 7 generation. Correct. Sometimes it's happening that virtualization is running, sometimes not responding. System is going to like a stop. Half an hour, nothing is happening. Okay, just a wallpaper, nothing is working. Okay, I'm typing in a keyboard. Okay, clicking from a mouse, screen, turning off the PC, power off button, nothing is working for half an hour. Then working automatically. So it's like a risk. That's why, okay, what is the practical? I will show you. Just perform same. And if, okay, from tomorrow, and if you are able to see that your system is hanging, it's lagging, you can stop it. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Okay, so guys, now, okay, we'll meet on tomorrow with our new top, okay, with our practical of how would you perform a virtualization. Till now, I've just only given you a theory part. Okay, and practical will start from tomorrow. Okay?
कल कौन सा टाइम पे रहेगा?
You are getting a scheduler now? Every day from your madam, Khuzu madam. So why you're asking then? You will get a scheduler of every day. What's the timing and all? Don't worry.
हेलो
Yes.
सर, मैं अपने USB रैम की तरह यूज कर सकता हूँ ना सर?
What?
USB
USB RAM की तरह? How?
नहीं, मतलब पेन ड्राइव, सॉरी, पेन ड्राइव सर.
सर मेरे लैपटॉप में सर 4 लॉजिकल प्रोसेसर है. इज इट
See, actually now I can't tell you can perform or not until you will not try one time. You can try it one time. Correct.
प्रोसेसर को बढ़ाने के लिए भी कुछ होता है क्या?
No. You can't increase the processor.
Okay.
Only RAM.
ठीक है सर.
Only RAM you can increase. Processor, RAM and hard disks you can increase. Processor not. Processor is fixed. In a desktop, maybe you can increase, but in a laptop, no. Okay, so guys, now we will meet on tomorrow. Okay, you will get a scheduler from your Khuzu madam of tomorrow class, and we will start our class for a practical of a virtualization. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
guys, thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.